Hey, my name is Jorden Tually and I am an Australian travel vlogger that has spent the last few years chasing adventure, diving into the unknown and seeing some of the most beautiful locations on Earth. I've been lucky enough to visit over 70 countries now, so it's safe to say that picking up a camera and documenting my life has been one of, if not the best decision I have ever made. One thing that I've learned over the years is that life is meant to be experienced, and that is exactly what my favorite travel vlogging camera, the Sony ZV-E10, helps me accomplish. Because this camera is so easy to use, it means that I don't have to worry about all the settings and the technical aspects of filming, which allows me to live in the moment and experience more of the world around me. Since this camera has improved the quality of my content so much, I'm gonna share my favorite tips and tricks that make the Sony ZV-E10 my go-to vlogging camera whilst on the road. As you can see, the ZV-E10 is super convenient. It fits in the palm of my hand, and if I want, I can even just store it in my pocket. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm not exactly the strongest man alive. So when I'm vlogging on a bigger camera, my arm starts to hurt after a few minutes, which is another great convenient thing about this camera. It is so lightweight and so tiny that I just don't have to worry about my arm getting sore. And lastly, since I'm always traveling to foreign countries, I want to try and blend in. No one wants to stick out like a sore thumb, and if you have a larger camera setup, you might attract unwanted attention. So I love that this thing is just so tiny and small that I can just get my shots and move on without anyone even noticing. Because my content is focused on adventure travel, my style of shooting can be spontaneous, random, and really off the cuff, which is another reason why I love this camera, because all I have to do is turn it on, click record, and it is ready to go just like that, so I know I won't miss a moment. By the way, this is a little bit embarrassing to admit, but there has been so many times when I thought I was recording when I simply wasn't, which is why I love that this camera has a big red button on the outside along with a red outlined border on the screen, so you know when you're recording and you won't miss a moment. It might be a very small feature, but honestly, it can be life-saving. This next feature is better shown directly via the camera, so I've come down to the street to show you background defocus mode. It's pretty self-explanatory. What it does is it pulls or pushes the focus in or out, depending on the setting that you want. Alright, so check this out. Right now my background is in focus, and there's a little button on the top corner here of the camera, and if I click it, it will blur my background a little bit so it gives more focus on me. Here's another example with a street sign behind me. So with one click of this button, as you can see, it just sort of blurs the background just slightly more, which is really good if you're in a crowd or you have something distracting behind you but you want to talk to the camera. Now, I find that most Sony mirrorless cameras already have incredible autofocus, but this camera has two features that take it to the next level. The first one is it has eye auto tracking, so wherever you're vlogging, it's gonna focus on your eyes and never get it mixed up. Secondly, they have this feature called the product showcase, where if you want to showcase a product, you can put it up to the camera and the camera will instantly recognize that product and focus directly on it. Okay, I've come down here to a local market and I'm gonna buy some yummy churros to test out the product showcase feature. It's super impressive and I'm hungry, so it's a perfect match made in heaven. All right, I got my churros. Now check out this. This shot here looks pretty cool, but if I bring it in, look at that focus. Oh my word. Look at that absolute focus right there. Boom, boom, boom. It's so good. Just to prove how good it is, I've taken the little lid from the top of a can and all you gotta do is that. Wow, are you kidding me? Look at that. It's so tiny. It just focuses straight away. It's very impressive. As any experienced vlogger will tell you, a flip out screen is an absolute must because it helps you frame the shot and it's just way easier to shoot. And with mobile focused content becoming increasingly popular, having the ability to shoot vertically is very important. But from all the things I've talked about so far, my favorite feature is the Sony ZV-E10's interchangeable lens capability. There's nothing worse than feeling limited by the gear that you own, and as your creativity evolves and changes, you need a camera that can keep up. Since the ZV-E10 has the ability to connect to any Sony E-mount lens, this just simply won't be an issue. I can be filming a vlog in Mexico one week and shooting close-ups of wildlife in Africa the next. The camera is just so flexible. A couple other features that are worth mentioning is that it can shoot 4K video and 24 megapixel raw images. The audio quality is great, but if you do want something that's a little bit more high-end, Sony have a really good range of shotgun mics. I currently use one of them and it is great, especially when I'm filming in busy areas or in airports. The audio on the video you're watching right now is actually from this mic. Go figure. Now that I've highlighted my favorite features of the camera, let me give you 3 tips to help improve your vlogging. Starting with tip number 1, which is document as much as you possibly can. You never know when you're gonna need that extra clip, and having more footage is always a good idea. Tip number 2 is film your reactions. People love watching other people's genuine reactions, so whether you're feeling happy, sad, or really excited, film it and let the camera know. Plus, these reactions are gonna keep the viewers engaged and really help tell the story. And lastly, have fun with it. Now, I know that's a real cliche and that seems very obvious, but if you're not enjoying what you're creating, you're not gonna be able to do it long term, and you'll probably just be unmotivated to continue to document. So make it fun. If you focus your life around the things that you enjoy, then the vlogs will come naturally. In summary, I would recommend the Sony ZV-E10 to anyone that is at the start of their vlogging journey, and also people that do this full time like myself. So whether you're shooting fun videos on the weekend or you are a professional travel vlogger, this compact, user-friendly camera is the perfect way to kickstart your creative journey, and that's why it has become my full-time travel partner.